Okay, so today we are going to make one of these little tiny crochet ghost stickers. This is part of a larger Halloween series that I am doing, so this is part 2. I've already released one video, which I will put a link to in the description. But it's a super quick little make and super easy if you've got some leftover yarn from a project, or you're just looking for something really quickly to make in a half hour. So we're going to need your 3 different colours of yarn, so your black, white and pink. I'm using a 3.5mm crochet hook, but you can adjust that as needed depending on which yarn you're using. A pair of scissors, and you're also going to need a darning needle as well for this bit here where we're going to do a little bit of embroidery as well. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the white, and we're just going to pull a bit out. Ooh. Okay, so now we're going to make a slip knot, like so. Pop our hook in, tighten it up. Okay, and now we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you've got 3 chains coming off your hook. Now we're going to ignore this one here, the first one, and we're going to single crochet into the next 2 chain stitches that we made. Oh dear. So we're going to go into that one there. We're going to do our single crochet. So we catch the yarn, pull it through the chain stitch, so there's 2 loops on the hook, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 2 loops on the hook, and then we're going to do that one more time in the next chain stitch. This bit's fiddly, isn't it? There we go. Same again. Okay, and you might just want to give a little tug on the tail just to make sure that's nice and tight. So that is our 2 single crochet stitches. So to rotate our work, what we're going to do is chain 1, and then we're going to flip it over, and now we're going to do 2 single crochets in that next single crochet stitch, so the last one we did in the previous row. So we're going to pop our hook in, catch the yarn, pull it through, so there's 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 2 loops. Same again, pop it back into the same hole, catch the yarn, pull it through. There we go, and then we're going to do the same, 2 more single crochets in that next stitch. 1, 2, and we're going to do it again, just going to give a little tug on that tail just to make sure it all stays nice and tight. Okay, so now we need to rotate our work again. So we're going to chain 1, we're going to flip it round, and this time we're going to do 6 single crochet. Okay, so we've got 4 single crochets in this row, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into that first single crochet, do 1 single crochet in there, and then back into that same hole we're going to do another single crochet, so that's 2, and then into the next single crochet we're going to do 1, we're going to do 1 in the next single crochet, and then in that final single crochet stitch we're going to do 2, and that will bring us up to 6 single crochet for this row. 1, 2, great, and now we're going to chain 1, flip our work, and now we're going to single crochet 6 the whole way along, so just 1 in each single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I just need a little bit more yarn. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1, rotate our work again, and we're going to single crochet 8. So we're going to do 2 in that first single crochet from the hook. So 1, 2, and then we're going to single crochet 1 in the next 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 single crochet. We go 3, 4, 5, 6, and we need to do 8 for this row. So in that very last single crochet on the previous row, we're going to do 2 single crochet. So 1, 2. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1, rotate our work, and now we're going to repeat that row 4 more times. Okay, so we're going to single crochet 8 and chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, chain 1 and rotate, and we're going to do that 3 more times. Okay, okay, so now we're going to do these little wibbly wobbly bits at the bottom of our ghost. To do that, what we're going to do, we'll pick up our work. Now you'll have chained 1 at the end of your row of 8 single crochet, so what we're going to do is just do another chain, so that'll act as a double crochet. We're then going to flip our work and we're going to do a triple crochet. Now remember, I'm using US terminology here, but we're going to do a triple crochet into that first single crochet stitch. Okay, so we're going to yarn over once, yarn over again, so there's 3 loops on your hook. Pop your hook into the hole, catch the yarn, pull it through, so you've got 4 loops on your hook. We're then going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops on your hook, so there's 2 loops left, and for your third and final yarn over, you're going to pull through all the loops on your hook. Okay, we're then going to do a double crochet back into that same hole. So yarn over, pop the hook into the hole, catch the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops. Okay, and that's our first little leg. So now we're going to pop our hook into the next stitch and do a slip stitch. So just like so, and then we're going to do the same again into the next one. So catch the yarn, pull it through, and then pull it through that second loop on the hook. Okay, so now we're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, and then into that same single crochet hole we're going to do a triple, just like we did before, and then we're going to do a double crochet back into that same hole. Just need to get a bit more yarn. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch into the next 2 single crochets. So pop the hook in, catch the yarn, pull it through, and then pull that first loop under the second, and then we do the same again. And now we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. So we do a double crochet into the next stitch. We then do a triple into that same hole. And then we do a double into the same hole. Okay, and that's our little wibbly wobbly legs. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into that final chain, the 8th one, our 8th single crochet that we did before. And now what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch the whole way around our ghost. So you can see it makes this little nice little tidy outline. around the edge. So to do that, so we've already gone into this hole here, we're going to go into the next one. Now around the edge, you're pretty much going to have to make the holes, because obviously you're going into the side of your stitch. You can see there are some points which will be quite easy to pop your hook into. It'll feel kind of a bit more natural in some places than others. This one here. But you just want it to be nice and loose. You don't want it to be sort of pulling on your ghost. You want it to feel as though it sort of sits quite nicely and almost makes it feel more sturdy rather than sort of skew with. Just keep working the whole way around. Okay, so once you've got back to the edge of your first little ghost leg, you're going to stop. We don't need to keep going around the legs, as they already have that outline that we're looking for. And to tie off the white, we're just going to go into that last single crochet and do our last slip stitch. Then we pull out our loop, snip our yarn, and then we pull the tail through just like that to make a knot. And there we have our little ghost shape. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tie in these ends. So you're going to need your darning needle. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we're working into the back of our work. So you'll see the front has got this nice sort of outline that we've just made. The back doesn't, essentially. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop it through a few stitches running along the back of those legs so that it's nice and secured, nice and tidy, and isn't going to fall out anywhere. Okay, and once we've done that, we can just snip that one. And then same again for this guy at the top. So get our darning needle. We're just going to push it under a few little loops. So I'm going to go down the side here. Just so it's neatly out of the way, and we can give that a set. Okay, and there we have our finished goose shape. So the next bit we need to do is we need to do our little face. So we need to stitch on our eyes, mouth and little pink cheeks. Okay, so to do that we're going to take our black, we're going to pull off a length. I'm going to have about, I don't know, say 30 centimetres worth, 20-30 centimetres. You don't need much. of that. We're going to make a knot in the back. Now, an easy trick that I use to do that is I just wrap it around my finger like this, and then use your thumb to push it off, and you make this weird little shape. I then take my middle finger and thumb and pull down as I pull up with the non-knot end. So you just go like that, and that makes your little easy peasy knot. That's just a little trick my mum taught me. So then I'm going to thread this onto our needle. Now we're going to make our eyes. So we're gonna, where should we start? Where do we want our eyes to be? I think about here is a good place to start. So we're going to come up through, so the knot is on the back of our ghost. We're then going to go down at a diagonal. You'll be able to find holes in your natural holes in your crochet. You'll be able to find little points that you can go through. We're then going to go across and then back up to make a little cross shape there for our eyeball. Now we're going to go over this again just to make sure that it kind of stands out and it's nice and pronounced on our little ghost. So we will repeat that. We just copy the path that we took before. Okay, so you've got our nice little eye. We're then going to go across, pick where our thread needs to come up, and then at a diagonal, same as before, you pop our needle back in. Ooh, minding his little legs, like that. Okay, we're going to go across a corner, and back up to make our cross shape, and then same again as we did before. We're just going to follow that same path to make our eye nice and pronounced. There we go, we've got our little ghost eyes. So to tie this off, this black bit, what we're going to do, we're going to flip him over, and we're just going to go under a piece of a black yarn, pull it through so there's a little loop, then pop your needle through the loop and tighten it up like that to make a knot. Now I'm going to repeat that in the same place 2 more times, just so it's nice and secure and it's not going to fall out anywhere. And then we can snip that off. And there we have our little eyes. Okay, so now we need to do our little mouth. So you're going to pick a point in the middle of your ghost. I'm going to go about there, I think. And you come up through the back. So once again, our knot is on the back of our ghost. And then we're going to go down a row at a diagonal, come back up in the hole a little bit further along to the right, pull our needle back through, and then back down into that same middle stitch, and that makes our cute little V-shaped mouth. Okay, so now we flip it over and we tie off in the same way we did before. So I'm just going to pop it in there. Snip that. And then we got our cute little ghost face. So now the last thing we need to do is add these little cheeks on. So to do that, what we're going to need is our pink. I'm going to pull off about, I don't know, 30 centimeters again. Give that a snip. We're going to thread our darning needle. I'm going to make a knot just like we did before. Okay, so now we're going to come up the back of our yarn. I'm just going to pick a hole sort of under your eyes and along from your mouth. bring it up like so. Now what we're going to do here is called a French knot. So this is a bit of a tricky stitch, but what we're going to do is we take our thread. I wonder if I can get this close to the camera. So we're going to take our thread and wrap it around the needle 3 times, okay? Just like so. We're then going to take our needle with our loops on, and we're going to push it back down through our ghost's face. And that makes one little cheek. It makes a little cute little round knot, and this is a super fun little embroidery stitch actually. So what we're going to do is go across to the other side, pop our needle up, and we're going to do that again. So one more French knot, we wrap our thread around the needle 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then we go back down through the face of our ghost, and there we have it. Cute little French knot cheeks. So now we're just going to tie off in the back. So I'm just going to go through this bit here and use that same tying off method that we've used before, just to secure it. We don't want him to lose his cheeks. And there we have our cute little ghost. So if you enjoyed this, please give me a little like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Also, if you've made one of these for yourself, I have a little Instagram account, you can see the link to it below. So just please, if you could just give it a little share, tag me in it. I love seeing all the little things that you make, it really cheers me up. Thank you very much for watching.